What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
What up?
Michael and Shawn back with you, and today, as the title of the article, this is going to be a spoiler-filled Avengers Endgame review.
So if you haven't seen the movie, now is the perfect time to click that red X right there. Click that, and we'll talk to you after you've seen the movie.
Well, let's give you some stats real quick, though.
Okay.
Before we get to the spoilers. So you can at least watch this part, and then you can go away. So,
Look, we were a part of the number 2, by the way.
Yeah,
So we want to give ourselves a high five because we were in this number.
Yeah, myself twice. Because you saw it.
I saw it Saturday.
I saw it Thursday night, and then I saw it again on Sunday.
Show off.
Yeah, I know. But hey, Thursday night, #1 all time, $60 million.
That is
just
insane.
on a Thursday night. Friday night, #1, $156 million. This is domestic numbers. $156 million on Friday.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Saturday, #1 domestic, $109 million on Saturday. Domestic on Sunday, $84.3 million on a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
Domestic debut, it is #1 all time, $350 million for the weekend. International debut, $859 million. Global debut, obviously #1 movie of all time, $1.2 billion in its first weekend.
That is
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, so, Jurassic Park, of course it was going to do better than Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
But just think of all the blockbuster movies that came out that did exceptionally well. Avengers Endgame blew everything out of the water.
Yeah. Including Infinity War, which came out last year. It blew out Infinity War its opening weekend by $100 million.
Do you actually realize that Avengers Endgame is almost to the year date of Infinity War when it was released?
Yeah.
I thought about that because, a photo of us at the movies popped up, and I was like, wow, that's like a year to the date.
Well, and the NFL draft, I missed the draft because last year for Infinity War, Thursday night showing was the first night NFL draft.
That is true.
Thursday night this year for Endgame was the first night NFL draft.
Well, I saw the draft.
Well, I watched a little bit of it, but it's the NFL draft. But anyway.
Yes.
So, again, without further ado, turn away. Avengers spoiler alert right now. So now would be the time to click X and exit.
Right there. Click that red X right there.
I feel like we're kind of missing the air horn, or whatever. Anyway. But all right, so yeah, if you don't want spoilers, then just go and stop and take a moment.
And see us when you see the movie.
Yeah. But go see it. It's great.
But you should have seen the movie by now. AMC gave you all weekend to see this movie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, literally, they had early showings as early as 5 o'clock and as late as 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So if you didn't see the movie by now, what the hell were you doing?
Yeah.
What were you doing? What were you doing that was so busy that you could not see this movie?
But all right, so most surprising death in Avengers Endgame. Would you think it was Iron Man or Black Widow's death?
I'm going to say Black Widow. And I knew that either Captain America or Iron Man was going to die in the movie. I was surprised that Iron Man died and Cap, surpassed and of course his farewell. But I thought about Black Widow because when they had to go get the Soul Stone, someone would have to make that sacrifice. Mm-hmm. And when it was between, Clint, Hawkeye Ronin and Black Widow, I was stunned because, one of the originals had to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. I was a little disappointed because I would have loved to see her finish off the rest of the war.
Yeah.
But I was more surprised at that death.
Yeah. I'm going to have to say that I agree with you. Black Widow was probably the most surprising death to me. Seeing Iron Man or Captain America, seeing either one of those two die in this movie would not have been that much of a shock to me.
Right.
Definitely Black Widow, especially, she didn't seem like the type to sacrifice the way she did.
Right, and when you think about it, she really didn't have that much input as far as what to do as far as the movie is concerned. Mm-hmm. So when you look at her and Clint going back and forth, you know, and she sacrificed herself. I was more shocked at that than anything else.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so what was your, and there's a ton of great moments in this movie, but what was probably the best moment of the movie for you?
Okay, the best moment, Cap is fighting Thanos, and it seems like all hope is lost. And Falcon is like, Steve, can you hear me? And he's like, on your right. And immediately I jumped to the Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, yeah.
And, you know, next thing you know, the portals start opening up. Doctor Strange, Valkyrie, Spider-Man, you know, Wasp, Hank comes out. And I'm just like, the entire cavalry is coming out. Yeah. And I actually had a tear in my eye when I saw all of that. Because it was like the entire Marvel universe from the very beginning up to now was like coming to... you know, it was the climax of the entire movie. And I was just like, all right, this is really going to get interesting.
Oh, yeah. And that final fight scene, just the entire, 30, 40 minutes of that fight scene took was just absolutely amazing.
Yes.
I want to say my best moment was from that fight scene as well. And I think it's when Captain America took Myanmar.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. And Thursday night when I'm in the theater with everybody there, I mean, that happens. That was something I was not expecting that at all.
I wasn't expecting that either.
It's got, you know, comic references, but, I mean, that was great. I mean, you see it shaking, and then all of a sudden you see it fly, and then you see Cap just catch it and just go to town on Thanos with the hammer. And it was great. I mean, getting the lightning
the fact when Tony had his suit opened up and he was like, Thor hit me. And the lightning hit and it just blasted Thanos. That was really like like wow. The entire sequence of those fight scenes was definitely, you know, must see worthy.
Yeah, definitely a callback to the first one because remember when it was him and Thor were fighting right after they got Loki.
Yes,
and Thor hit him with the lightning and his suit went to like 400% energy.
Right,
kind of the same deal. So yeah, but. Wow, great moment. So, okay, lots and lots and lots of funny moments in this movie as well. Really, the second hour of the movie is just gut-busting, hilarious, great stuff. So, funniest moment of Avengers Endgame.
Okay, so the funniest moment, it had to be when Captain America was fighting himself. and he knocked him out and he said, that's America's ass. That right there, I must have hollered in the movie theater because that was just so funny to me.
That was great. And I warned you about that too. Because like I said, I saw it Thursday and you were going to see it Saturday. Yeah. I was like, America's ass. That's all I'm going to tell you. That was the only thing I was
And I'm just like, what is America's ass? And when I saw that, I almost texted you during that segment right there. I'm like, no, I got to finish watching it. But that was hilariously funny. Yes.
I'm going to have to say, when they went to New Asgard and ran into Thor.
Oh my, yeah.
And seeing Thor for the first time, and you know, first time that we've seen him since he took out Thanos at the very beginning of the movie. But him with Korg and the other guy, and they're playing Fortnite.
They're playing right. Now that was hilarious too.
I mean, just that whole thing and Rocket with the, melted ice cream? Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say, too, just as kind of a side note, funniest moment was seeing, I guess you can call him Professor Hulk or the Smart Hulk. That was really cool. That was a nice little throwback to the comics there, too, seeing Professor Hulk. Really cool. So, okay. Was Iron Man's death a man cry moment on the level of, say, Field of Dreams?
You know, let me just... Iron Man is my favorite Marvel character. Okay. Iron Man is my favorite. So, you know, I have a special relationship with Iron Man. When the whole the scene for him to meet his demise, when, you know, he had the Infinity Gauntlet and said, you know, I am Iron Man, and he snapped his fingers. And when I thought about it, when Hulk tried it first, he was like, I have gamma rays, so, you know, I can withstand it.
Yeah.
When he snapped the fingers, I kind of realized, like, wow, he's getting ready to die. I had people looking at me saying, are you serious right now? Because I mean, it was a floodgate, man. I was really, I was really hurt by him dying.
Yeah. I mean, Field of Dreams is, probably the pinnacle of baseball movies that's out there.
Absolutely.
And I mean, there's not a man alive that has seen that movie and has not cried at the very end when he's walking into the cornfield. Yeah, I think Iron Man's death is definitely on that level as far as a man cry moment.
Yeah.
And
I didn't care about the flood work because, you have to be a real Marvel fan. You have to be a comic book head to really understand what happened. And for you to watch that storyline play out the way that it did from, the first Iron Man all the way up to Infinity War and Endgame, just to see everything that they've been through. And, for them to die the way that they did and for each one to have their own send-off, it's pretty much, it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was really perfect. And, and again, that's why I was just like, Tony Stark, he's pretty much, he's the face, if you will.
Well, as I thought when I got that moment, Endgame ended this whole phase, these 22 movies. It ended just like it began with Iron Man, which I think was great. And as far as Captain America and his whole send-off and doing his thing, going back, returning the stones, and then coming back as the old Captain America.
Right.
That was a great moment, too.
That was a great moment.
And handing the shield off to Sam, I mean, that was, good God, that was such a great moment,
it's passed, on the mantle, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I thought that Cap would have died and Iron Man would have survived, but the way that they wanted to send Cap off, where he goes back and he finds Peggy and they live their life together, that was awesome right there.
Yeah, great stuff. All right, so there's been a lot of debate on this as The Dark Knight, which was part of Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy.
Right.
The Dark Knight has been considered probably the greatest superhero movie of all time. In my personal opinion, I think now Avengers Endgame has now taken that mantle. Do you agree with that?
See, let me tell you something right now. Batman is my favorite DC character. Okay. And I love The Dark Knight. I love The Dark Knight. I love everything that has anything to do with Batman. But I would have to agree with you that Avengers Endgame is by far the best superhero movie that I have ever seen. I mean, just the fight sequence itself. From every Marvel movie that had a fight scene, the way it was choreographed, the way that it played out, it was jaw-dropping. So I would definitely say that Endgame is definitely better than The Dark Knight. Sorry, Batman. Sorry.
I agree. As much as I love Batman, as much as I love The Dark Knight, I think so. This is the greatest superhero movie of all time.
When you watch Avengers Endgame, you will agree.
Yeah.
You will definitely agree. And those of you who saw it, you're shaking your head agreeing with, like, you guys are absolutely right.
And I think it's just the entire scope of what this movie has done as far as the past 21 movies that we've all been following and watching, and the scope that this movie came in and ended everything just so perfectly. Yeah. Greatest superhero movie of all time.
I'll tell you what, if DC is not paying attention to the way Marvel did this whole storyline, I mean, the way Marvel did this story, the way they did it from start to finish, it was brilliant. Oh, yeah. And when you think of a DC movie, there's nothing that connects us to the next phase. There's nothing that says, all right, let's bring in the next element or the next superhero. And I guess the only time they did that was, I saw it with like Suicide Squad. I saw it with Venom. Now where they're trying to tie in to the next to the other end of the story. Yeah. But it's like it's too late now.
Yeah, that's where DC has failed. Is that they tried to do what Marvel did. They tried to make this whole universe, and it just didn't work. Because I mean, copying is great. They tried to copy Marvel, which is great because Marvel's had super success with it. Because Marvel has been super smart about their connectivity. DC is just tried to do it because Marvel did it, and that's why it failed. Zack Snyder didn't exactly have the best vision for a lot of this. You know, especially going into Justice League. You had Zack Snyder doing Justice League, and then Joss Whedon takes over. And so you've got a Zack Snyder / Joss Whedon movie that their stuff just doesn't mix.
Yeah.
and you could tell that in Justice League.
And even with the Justice League, because I like Justice League, I think it was a good movie. But for that main villain, I would have preferred that it would have been someone of a Lex Luthor, someone of a dark side.
It should have just been Darkseid.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's what it should have been, not what's his face.
Yeah, right. Because of the fact that we have to say what's his face, because his name blanked, you know, and I'm just thinking of all of the major antagonists of the Justice League. You know, even if they would have did something with the Legion of Doom, if all of them would have came together and tried to plot, you know, a global takeover. And everyone had their specific, you know, antagonists. You know, Superman had Lex Luthor, Batman and Robin had the Joker or the Riddler. If even if they were in there together, you know, was that Cheetah? You know,
Woman,
If they would have had those that went with that vision, because that would have opened up storylines where you could have branched out Batman and Robin, you could have branched out, you know, Superman, Man of Steel, you could have branched out Wonder Woman. You know, it would have opened up the gate to a lot of other, you know, movie ideas for the characters. I think they should have did Justice League first. If you was going to do a Marvel movie, or I would have just had all of the main antagonists and all of the main superheroes have a global hostile, and then, you know, coming soon, you know, a Man of Steel or a Batman or even the villain movies or whatnot. Something of that nature to kind of make DC stand out a little bit more.
That's an interesting take on that. I've never heard that. That's pretty cool. I like that. But
Because
I see what you're saying, but you know, it's just, you know, DC tried to copy what Marvel did. They got into a rush trying to put it all together.
Yeah.
Unlike taking their time like Marvel did. And frankly, it just failed. Now, I think kind of they've taken a step back from that. And I think it's kind of helping them. And I think that's what they just need to do. Just make individual movies, not this whole interconnected universe like Marvel did. And I think that's what they've kind of scaled back and they're going to start doing. So
yeah, because with the success of Wonder Woman, with the success of Aquaman, you know, it has the potential. Now, you're going to have to find a new Batman. You're going to have to find a new Superman.
Yeah.
You know, but I really think that DC will turn it around. And I hope that they turn it around because I'm a fan of DC.
Yeah.
But right now, Marvel is just like, all right, you guys thought that this was something. Wait till you see what we're getting ready to do next with the lineup of movies, anticipated movies, where I'm already excited about the next phase of Marvel, where DC, we don't know what's coming except Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, unless you like Shazam.
Which I haven't seen Shazam yet, so I need to check that out at some point.
You know, one half of me wants to see it, the other half of me is just like, no. No, I mean, I like Shazam. I like Shazam. I like the cartoon. I watched it when I was a kid, and I've even watched Superman and Shazam take on Black Adam.
Yeah.
And you know, and I thought that he was going to be the main antagonist for the movie because they were saying that The Rock was going to play him. And so when that fell through, I lost all interest in it because I just knew that would have been a great way to usher in, you know, Shazam and the super. Like, you can't do these iconic heroes just any kind of way.
Yeah.
Like, no.
All right, so having discussed all that with DC, as far as Marvel, what do you see in Marvel's future?
All right, Marvel's future. Well, with the they're now is done with
Phase 4.
Yeah, Phase 4. And now the Fox deal is just about done or is done.
Which Kevin Feige did say that actually Spider-Man Far From Home will end Phase 4. So I think that's kind of an interesting take. So we'll just have to wait for Spider-Man.
Well, then again, I can agree with that. And now the Spider-Man, the trailer now makes a lot of sense because, now we understand why Peter is sad and upset because, Iron Man has died.
Yeah.
So, we were just dumb because we didn't catch on to it. And so I really think that after Spider-Man, I would really, they got the Black Widow movie coming out. Mm-hmm. We can pretty much guarantee another Black Panther movie. We can guarantee another Doctor Strange movie.
Captain Marvel will probably get a sequel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel. I would really like to see some of the major Marvel characters come out, like the Fantastic Four. I'm looking for the Fantastic Four to come out. I'm really anticipating that because I really they really did Doctor Doom bad. They really did Doctor Doom a terrible service to the Fantastic Four franchise.
Yeah,
like I want to see a real evil Doctor Doom. I want to see Doctor Doom like really coming in and being destructive the way that he was, because I just wasn't impressed with the movies. I was really upset about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same line. I think, we've got Spider-Man Far From Home coming out in July. Rumors of an Eternals movie, which I'm not familiar with that comic too much. So, but I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, most people didn't know who they were, but it made a great movie. So Eternals could be pretty good. I think we'll see a Captain Marvel sequel. I think we'll see Doctor Strange sequel. Of course, we'll see Black Panther 2 at some point.
Yeah. Black Widow.
Black Widow. Her I guess you can call it
the origin of Black
Widow. Her origin. But what I think we're going to see probably about 5 years down the line, because we got to get through X-Men Dark Phoenix, which is basically Fox's last attempt at making an X-Men movie, which I think Dark Phoenix is going to be absolutely horrible. I'm probably going to go and see it anyway, but
I'm going to see it just because out of respect for the X-Men. I love the X-Men.
Yeah.
And I'm more interested to see how Marvel is going to incorporate the X-Men, because I really think that they might focus on X-Men movies now.
Yeah. Well, I think we got about 5 years. I think we got about 5 years before we see the X-Men in the MCU. That's my thinking. I think Fantastic Four will be out right about the same time, which Fantastic Four was probably one of my favorite comic book series.
Yes.
Spider-Man, probably my two favorite. Doctor Doom is my absolute favorite villain in Marvel Comics. I love Doctor Doom. Great villain. I mean, he's messed with the Avengers. He's messed with Fantastic Four. Spider-Man's had stuff.
He's more of an equal opportunity, villain.
He's kind of like a Loki. I mean, I could see him as a Loki-type villain that will be reoccurring throughout all the different movies. But yeah, I think Marvel will do the X-Men right. We'll get the right people to play the right parts.
Right.
Sorry, Hugh Jackman will not be Wolverine. He had a great run, but Hugh Jackman will not be coming back as Wolverine. But they'll find a great replacement.
You know what I would like to see with Hugh Jackman, though? I would like for Marvel to do the Old Man Logan storyline. If they would do the Old Man Logan storyline, I think that would be a perfect way, if it's going to be a one and done, because he's old now. And those of you who know the Old Man Logan storyline, it's going to be between him and the Hulk. And I really think that would be an awesome movie for an older Hugh Jackman. He's an old superhero, and things are very different. Yeah. I would love to see something like that in the near future if they're going to involve Hugh Jackman.
Which kind of is similar to what they did with Logan. Yeah. Anyway. Which I love Logan.
Yeah, Logan was a good one. Yeah, so it was good, but I really think that if you want to really do some justice to Hugh Jackman, to bring him in and to be really official, you could do the Old Man Logan storyline with him and the Hulk, because the Hulk, what does the Hulk do after this?
Yeah.
If you want to do something, I would love to see the Old Man Logan storyline with Hugh Jackman, get Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, and times are different, and I think that would be an awesome way to kind of bring them in and usher them right back out.
Okay, I like that.
I just want Hugh Jackman to do it at least one time. If you just happen to watch this Hugh Jackman one time, that's it. Just need one and done. We just need a one and done with you.
Yeah. Well, there you go, folks. Our spoiler discussion of Marvel Avengers Endgame. So there you go. A little deeper than what we thought we were going to go, but hey, that's okay. Because that's what we do.
if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame by now, your Marvel fan card is in question right now. you might get that card revoked because again.
Well, let's not say that right now because theaters were pretty packed this weekend, so it might have been hard to get a ticket.
And that's what I'm saying.
So let's give them one more weekend.
What I'm saying to you is that AMC theaters, if there's an AMC wherever you're watching and you didn't take advantage of them showing Avengers Endgame for 72 hours, where you can watch it as early as 5 in the morning and as late 2 in the morning, no, what were you doing? What were you doing? No, but go see it this week. We'll give you this week. Yeah. You got until this time next week, Monday. then we're gonna have a problem.
Shawn has thrown down the gauntlet, so to speak. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on the Infinity Stones, and I'm going on the gauntlet, and I'm just gonna spill all the tea on what happened.
Well, there you go, friends. So if you haven't seen it, get out and definitely check it out. If you did see it, I hope you enjoyed it. I actually have one friend that did not like it, but
what?
But you know what? That's fine.
What?
I know, but I respect their opinion. They gave me their reasons. And I respect that. They're probably wrong.
That friend is in question right now.
But they had their reasons, and I'm very respectful of that. And, if somebody doesn't like it, be respectful of why they don't like it. Because, I mean, come on. Now, I will guarantee you that not 100% of the people that went and saw it liked it.
Well, if they didn't like it, I don't get it.
98% did.
Yeah, right.
It's that 2%.
And look, drop us a comment if you agree with what we were talking about as far as the talking points. So we want to hear what you guys got to think. If you stand in full agreement with what we were talking about, let us know. And if you are mad that you have watched it and we told you 1,000 times not to watch it because we have spoilers in it, then we're going to laugh at you as soon as we stop this video. I'm just telling you now.
Yeah. And my apologies to Shawn.
Yeah,
I wore my Captain America shirt today.
I was going to wear my Thanos shirt, but
I dropped this on him at the last minute, so he didn't have time to dress. So my apologies, dude. I'm sorry.
The Infinity Gauntlet is in the cleaners right now. Yeah, but
you probably used it to wipe your nose because of all the crying you did. So you got you gotta clean that.
Let me just tell you something. So there was a guy that was sitting next to me. And I mean, I'm sniffing hard. It's like a family member died. And the guy looking at me like, are you serious right now? I'm like, look, if you haven't seen all the movies that led up to this right now and you don't feel what I feel, you're not a Marvel fan. And then my favorite character died.
Yeah.
So I was going to actually take off today because I was in mourning. I'm still in mourning, to be honest.
Of course, some people about that about Game of Thrones last night, but that's.
I have not seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
And there's memes going around. This is the new thing. You haven't watched Game of Thrones. I just haven't had time to sit down and watch Game of Thrones yet. I've got HBO Go, but I just haven't sat down and watched it.
So I might have to watch Game of Thrones, but I'm going to be so late with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so late with it.
I did this with, remember 24 with Kiefer Sutherland? I did that with 24. It was completely 100% off the air, and I found it on Netflix many years ago, all seasons. And I watched every season over a summer, and I was like, why did I not sit down and watch this show? So Game of Thrones is probably going to be the same way with me.
It was just I'll put it to you like this, The Walking Dead. I had no interest in The Walking Dead until it was in season 5. And they were just the new season is going to start. I literally binge watched the entire weekend of season 1 all the way up to season 5, and after that I was hooked. And so now I follow it, but now with the Game of Thrones, I don't know anything about it. All they keep saying is winter is coming. I'm looking Not here in Texas. This is not coming in Texas.
No, not at all.
No.
All right, so good God, our randomness, man.
Yeah, literally.
There we go. Michael and Sean's randomness, but today talking about
Comment
Marvel,
below.
DC.
Comment below.
Yeah, comment because we want to hear. We want to we want to get back with you, and just let us know your thoughts, man. So Avengers Endgame. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Go see it.
Go see it.
Go see it.
Right, and
So-
and if you haven't seen it right now, you made it all the way up to this point, then you deserve to I don't know what to say. Like we told you not to watch it because we got spoilers, but if you haven't seen it and you're now watching this and now you're mad,
I think they'll be all right.
yeah, they have no choice but to be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, again, thank you guys for watching, and let us know your thoughts. And there we go. Continue to marvel, to dominate the universe.
Absolutely.
Once again. So, see you guys later. We appreciate it.
Excelsior!